this was the last show, and they bought me flowers, a little rose out. Max bought a rose, and he was so funny. You know, we're doing a DVD movie of the entire experience of the tour. And so you'll probably see this moment on there, but he comes out and he brings me the rose, and it's, you know, everybody's going crazy, and he right away comes right into my arms. It's kind of overwhelming for her, but he kind of runs down the runway and looks at everybody. And he just freezes, and I'm looking at him, and I'm like, Max, and when he looks and he stops, you know, the whole audience, you know, they go more crazy, you know, things like that. And then I go, say goodbye to everybody, and he went, and everybody went crazy again.
Is he going to be the performer, you think?
I think he's intrigued by it. I don't know if he's going to be a performer.
I know they're almost 5 years old, right?
Yeah, they'll be 5 next month.
Which is so great.
I know,
you have to
so
be,
fast.
I know that taking them on the road, I mean,
yeah.
you must have to be very disciplined because you have to keep them in some kind of routine. But
Sure.
I thought it was interesting that you set their routine so they can actually come to your performance.
Right.
You sort of reset their body clocks in a way, right?
Well, that's the thing. It's like if they were on our schedule, it was actually worked better than them kind of getting up at 7 in the morning and then me having to work at nights. And it's like we would miss each other because I would have to sleep in and all that. So they wound up just coming to the shows, going to sleep, you know, probably a couple of hours before me because it was hard for me to get to sleep after the shows. And then, you know, get up at a decent hour, and then we'd all get up around the same time.
I hear that they're asking more about your divorce, which is a tricky thing to talk about with children. How do you handle that?
You know, I feel like God gives me the words every time because every time they do it, I kind of get just like a rush of panic through my body, like, oh my God, what do I say? You know, and you know, it just depends. It depends on what the question is. I actually just wrote a song about it. And just recorded it, funnily enough.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to explain to them without explaining to them. And the song is a beautiful song, but there was something inside of me that is struggling with that part of things. And, you know, again, this is like a learning process. And even with Mark and I, we kind of, you know, I said, you know, we should do maybe things together sometimes. Because one of the questions at Christmas was, okay, why aren't we, you know, spending Christmas with Daddy, me, you, and Emmy? Mass asked me, and he asked my cousin, who's their aunt, and you know, she's like, Jennifer, come. I was like, what? He says, Max has a question for you. I was like, yes. And when he asked me, I said, well, we can. I said, but when you go to see Daddy, that's your special time with Daddy for you. He was like, well, why can't we do something together? I said, well, we can. I'll talk to Daddy about it.
Speaking of Christmas, I know that you're pretty active on Twitter. You've got a lot of followers, something like 14 million.
Yes.
Which is really annoying, can I just say. And you tweeted a very cute picture of, I think, your dad at Christmas time.
Oh my God, he's so cute.
Because you went home, right?
Yes, we were at my mom's house.
You went to the Bronx, and I think that's so nice. It's cute. So what did you have a good Christmas with your family?
It's funny, you know, we had, and not to be a downer, but we had a few deaths in the family a couple of years ago. So we've been finding our way back to Christmas after my grandma died. So this time we tried it at my mom's house. And it's funny because I say, you know, my grandmother loved to cook. Like, she cooked for 2 days before Christmas, and everybody came over, and the minute you walked in, she served you a plate, and this was the joy of her life. My mom, not so much the same. Do you know what I mean? So she's the grandma now, and I'm like, Mom, you gotta get your grandma on. You know what I mean? You gotta cook. And she's like, I hate to cook. And yeah, she's not, you know, which, by the way, she's totally entitled to. She had to cook every single day of her life while we were growing up. So I was like, well, maybe we'll do it at my house next year. I actually like to cook, and you know, so we're finding our ways.
Was it fun to be back in the Bronx?
I
loved
it.
Did your kids get a kick out
Yeah,
of it?
we drove around, and I took pictures of like my old neighborhood, and I was like, I'm back in the Bronx, everybody. You know what I mean? I just have a good time being there because it feels so much who I am.
And you also have a new, speaking of family, you have a new addition.
Yes.
To your family,
Yeah.
a little bear, right?
Yeah,
Is that?
yeah.
I want to. Okay.
Little baby.
Cute or baby bear? Tell me about him. He's so cute.
We had been talking about getting a dog for a while, but we were on tour, and the babies were asking for a dog, and I kept saying no.
That's a little boxer? Is that a little boxer?
Yes, he's a boxer puppy. And I was just like, no, we travel too much. It's not going to be good. And And then, but the truth is, we don't have like tons of plans. We just traveled for 8 months, so it's not going to be something that we do again right away. So I was like, and you know, you cave in when everybody keeps asking.
Believe me, as someone who's
I'm the bad guy. Okay, we can get a dog. You know. So
been there, done that.
Yeah, I always
know.
wanted a boxer anyway. Like,
yeah.
And so when that part came up, when Bo and I spoke about it, he was like, I want a boxer. I was like, oh, I kind of always wanted a boxer. Okay.